Ever since the day that you went away, you went away.
Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Andra. I make commentary videos on pop culture and influencers. Before we get started with today's video, I just want to say a quick big thanks for everybody for helping me to get to 1k subscribers. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that as well as about the direction that I want my channel to go in at the end of the video, so I don't bother the people who actually don't care about this kind of stuff. But I am very grateful, and I have applied for monetization. Now it's a waiting game. I'm gonna be posting a few videos in between, and then I will probably write the scripts for like other videos so that I can have them prepared in the meantime, because I like to batch out more videos at the same time. But as I said, I'm going to discuss this at the end of the video so I don't bore you guys. Today's video, I thought we could do something funny in a way, but obviously it's still a serious matter. Anti-MLM has always been a serious matter, but I want to kind of approach ideas of MLMs that I found online which were just weird or like very random. And obviously it's not a comprehensive list, but I decided to make this video to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, mostly from my Emily Leah video. I think I got like 160 something subs just from that one, so I do want to kind of commemorate that somehow. If you have any other MLMs that I don't mention here that you think the ideas are just really weird, feel free to write them down in the comments. These are just the ones that I've seen, but obviously this is not a definitive list. On number 5, I've decided to put the MLM called Legalshield. This is a law MLM, which for me is very weird because it uses the premise that sooner or later you will either commit a crime and need a lawyer, or you will be victim of a crime and need a lawyer. And I think that premise is flawed. It takes a certain type of person who like probably lives their life in fear to sign up to something like this. And honestly, you should do something else if you really have that fear that something's gonna happen to you or you're gonna do something. You should just try to put a little bit of money aside every single month, and that way you can save up similar amounts to what you would give to this MLM, and also have access to better lawyers that are probably having, you know, better certifications and stuff like that than this ones, which I don't trust an MLM would have like really good lawyers. So yeah, let's read a bit about Legalshield. The benefits of having a legal plan. Legalshield offers plans to cover yourself, your family, or your business. Personal legal plans starts at... plans starts. Okay, that's grammatically wrong. It should be start. Anyways, at $24.95 per month. Small business legal plans start at, see now here's correct, at $49 per month. Speak with your attorney on an unlimited number of legal issues. Have a provider attorney review legal documents or contracts. Get better results by having a provider attorney make calls and write letters on your behalf. So again, if you really wanted to do this, you could just have some money cast aside and use that to hire a lawyer that you can find more about. And here is on the history of this MLM, who we are and our story. In 1969, an Oklahoma insurance salesman named Harlan Stoneshipper was in a car accident. Even though he was not at fault, Harlan had trouble paying the expensive legal fees from the accident. He did not want others to be caught in the same financial predicament. 3 years later, Harlan became the founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Prepaid Legal Services, Inc. Harlan pioneered the idea of a proprietary network of law firms that make legal representation accessible and affordable. For 40 years, Harlan led his company from a one-room operation to being listed on the New York Stock Exchange in 1999. Today, this vision of affordable quality legal services is known as Legalshield. Although Harlan passed away in November of 2014, Legalshield is stronger than ever with over 1.7 million members and 39 provider law firms. So I do believe that this story might be true, because if usually, you know, MLMs, they like to dramatize things so much. So somebody would have written that this guy got in like an armed robbery or like something more dramatic than just like a little car crash. And yeah, I think this story is true, but I also think that, again, you can just save up money, and yeah, it will maybe be more expensive. I do believe that lawyers should just be free by default, and that should be that, you know, paid by taxes and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't trust this with my problems. And this is another page on their website. Affordable legal action, our mission for over 45 years. Legalshield gives you the ability to talk to an attorney on any personal legal matter without worrying about high hourly costs. That's why under the protection of Legalshield, you or your family can live your lives worry-free. Even better, you don't have to worry about figuring out which attorney to use. Will do that for you. And while I do think that this could in theory be helpful for some people, obviously if this weren't an MLM, I do also think that this whole thing with somebody else finding a lawyer for you is not the most responsible. And personally, if I was caught up in a situation, I would like to have control over what lawyer I choose and stuff like that. And I feel like this type of things, even if it wasn't an MLM, like I say, would still take away some of that control from you, and I wouldn't like that personally. But again, that's a matter of personal taste. On number 4, Damsel in Defense. This is a self-defense MLM aimed for women to protect themselves, and I do like the idea itself if it wasn't an MLM. But the thing is, again, this structure is obviously exploitative. As somebody who has been in an abusive relationship in the past, I do genuinely want to like bring this up from time to time in order to make people understand how often this happens, specifically to women. Obviously not only to women, but like a lot to women. And I do feel like it's important for us to defend ourselves. However, you asking people to pay every month for a certain number of products if they don't recruit people is not empowering women, it's scamming women. And obviously these products are probably not the best quality, or if they are decent quality, they will be extremely overpriced, because that is the trend for every single MLM. So yeah, good concept, but this shouldn't be an MLM. This should just be a normal website, you know, to sell these kind of things. Our mission is to equip, empower, and educate women to protect themselves and their families. Our Damsel Pros are not only arming others and experiencing financial freedom, but also offering empowerment and healing to those affected by assault. One by one, we are changing statistics and making a difference in the lives of those who have been assaulted. As we continue to grow, our hearts and eyes are wide open for where God will take us next. Whether you are a customer, a hostess, or an independent Damsel Pro, we thank you for being part of this journey. A place of purpose for those passionate about prevention and the protection of people and their hearts. Mindy Lin, founder and CEO. So I'm glad at least that the founder is female, but once again, I do feel like they are exploiting a very, very traumatized category of people, because as somebody who has been in an abusive relationship, like I said, I know what it's like to live in fear, and I know what it's like to do anything to gain some sort of semblance of safety. So I do feel like this is not actually coming from a place of just wanting to help people. Everything we do, from creating exclusive personal protection products to taking Damsel Pros around the world on incentive trips, we do this with the vision in mind. Whether you're purchasing products or sharing the mission with your community, your support is making a difference. So I want to know what exactly these trips have to do with defending yourself. Like, that's my point. It's like all these MLMs will do the same thing, copy-paste from each other, but it has nothing to do with what they're selling. They also have a project of helping people, so let's read that. The Damsel House project began in 2015 with the goal of providing hope to the hopeless and a voice to the oppressed. Damsel in Defense has adopted homes in both Cambodia and India, where girls rescued from sex trafficking are housed and given a plan full of hope, free from selling their bodies. Our long-term goal is to have a home in every country that our partner organization, Destiny Rescue, is rescuing in. I do get like slut-shaming vibe from this whole statement. The thing is, the problem is not that the girls are selling their bodies, the problem is that they're forced to do so. I just think that this whole statement is not very positive in regards to actual sex workers who want to do it and are not trafficked. And yeah, I would have rephrased that. I think it's a good thing that they're doing this, but also obviously this is partially at least for tax write-off. I don't really take companies seriously when they do this kind of thing, although yeah, they do obviously still help people, but I don't think that they care too much. I appreciate the thing that it happens, but it still doesn't come from a good place. Like people like Jeffree Star will donate all the time just to get less taxes, but it's not like he cares. He just does it for his public image. I do feel like it's a lot more impactful when a small business does it, because you know that they don't make that many profits. So I do appreciate when they do it, but when big corporations do it, I don't want them to stop doing it, obviously, because it is making an impact, but I do wonder on what their intentions are. Since the first Damsel house opened its doors, we have remained fully committed to financially supporting them and to exploring additional avenues of growth with Destiny Rescue. Additionally, we have made regular visits there in order to continue to share their successes with our customers and our amazing Damsel pros. With the sustained support of our loyal customers and Damsel pros, we know that our long-term goal will be attainable. So for me, that kind of sounds like they are trying to parade these girls around who have been victimized and now they are survivors to attract potential new marketers. And I don't like that, obviously. I just think that's really weird that this is happening, but obviously I'm still glad that they're helping, but again, I don't think it comes from a genuine place. On number 3, I found this other MLM called Origami Owls, which is not that bad as a concept. Like, it's not weird. Obviously, MLMs are all bad as concepts, but I'm talking about the products. The products are not like such a weird, outlandish idea, but it's the fact that this MLM at least partially aims for child labor is what got me talking about this. I just thought it's insane that they want kids to work for them. Like, how low can you stoop? These kids should be in school, not working for MLMs. We shouldn't try to capitalize every single aspect of our lives, including kids' lives. Like, it's just insane. And parents shouldn't allow this shit. I know that us living in a capitalist society is forcing people to take up multiple jobs, and even some parents might stoop to this level as to forcing their kids to do these things in hopes that it will improve the family's life, but this should not happen to begin with. This is obviously a bigger problem than just this one MLM, but it's still insane that it happens right before our eyes and people don't talk about it enough, in my opinion. Get to know our outlet program. Our outlet and bros program empowers youth ages 11 to 17 to work alongside an adult, providing them with real-life experience as young entrepreneurs. Your outlet or bro will develop skills, grow confidence, and celebrate progress with you as their mentor. Hear from co-founders Bella Wims-Lambert and Chrissy Wims, the first official outlet duo, and other amazing teams who have committed to building a business side by side. While this is a jewelry company and a pretty cool one at that, what it's really about is sharing stories and building a network of friends and family. Yeah, of course, because it's more about recruiting than about the product. And the amount of pictures of the founders with kids and stuff is unsettling. Obviously, I'm not implying something weird is going on. I'm just saying that that shouldn't be your target for an MLM. And for a business, even like a legit business, this still shouldn't be your target. The Origami Owl Story. I had big dreams of having my own car by my 16th birthday. At 14, my parents told me the only way I could get one was by working for it. So with $350 and my family's support, I started selling living lockets to friends and family after school. And I think these are bad and downright abusive parents. I do think working for things should be learned in the home life, but it should be in the form of like house chores and stuff, not actually going out and producing money in the form of child labor. This shouldn't be a thing. Like, this is not the example of a good parent, in my opinion, and I do feel like a lot of people will agree with me on this. It's just crazy. Again, if you want to pay your kids to like wash the dishes every day and stuff like that, then that's good because you're actually preparing them for understanding about work and incentives. From the beginning, we knew this was something special. What began as our family sitting around the kitchen table, hand stamping and customizing jewelry, turned into requests for in-home parties, and then a mall kiosk to reach more people. Yeah, and it should have stayed like a legit business, not this. We couldn't keep up with the excitement on our own. Oh my god. So our dream became bigger than we could have imagined. Okay, so hire people. Don't do this shit, hire people and give them normal pay. Now, thousands of independent designers introduce new people to Origami Owl's meaningful, customizable jewelry every day. I'm so proud that we can help others achieve their dreams by being a force for good in their communities across the US and Canada. Right, so I do think that, yeah, you should be able to be an independent designer for different brands if that is your thing, if you want to be a freelancer and you don't want to be tied down with a number of hours. But usually these kind of things, like independent designers, are commissioned a certain amount of money. They don't have to pay for a starter kit and they just get that money at the end of the project and that's it. They have no obligations to keep up with whatever monthly, with a number of sales or a number of people recruited. They just do that one project and then they go. And if they want to work in the future with this company, they can. But obviously, this is not what's happening here. And yes, I did achieve my goal and earn my dream car. Now my goal is to help others discover their dreams and become a force for good in this world and make a difference in the lives of others. We're just getting started and we're proud to welcome you on our mission to be a force for good. Number 2 is like one of the weirdest ideas I've ever seen in my life. It's by a company called Enagic, and they make this type of water called Kangen water. It has like a water machine, and they say that it's alkaline water and it has like a different pH and it can like clean anything and stuff like that, which is to me insane, because why would you want to drink something that can remove any type of stain? Like, that is probably not just pure water if it can remove stains. It's like the same as like drinking bleach. Like, I don't understand the concept of thinking that this is appealing to say that the same water that you can drink can also clean insert X type of stain. Like, what? This is not like appealing at all. It's just weird to me. What is Kangen water? Kangen means return to origin in Japanese. Kangen water is alkaline water produced by Enagic's alkaline ionizer and water filtration machines. For more than 40 years, Kangen water has been used in Japan to help restore the body to its original alkaline state. These machines can transform your ordinary tap water into healthy, fresh, tasting, alkaline drinking water. Kangen water is superior to tap and purified water. They claim that the machines are made in Japan. I don't know how I feel about that whole thing, because isn't that just like underpaid labor? And also the CEO has a visibly Asian, probably Japanese, if that is what they claim. He probably has a Japanese name. He is the founder of this. But why, if the founder is Japanese and this product is being produced in Japan, why are the offices in Europe? Why is the main market in Europe? Is it because people in Asia would probably not buy this scam? I don't know. I just wonder. Or is it because of MLM restrictions? I don't know how Japan is, but obviously China is very strict and they don't allow MLMs at all. So maybe that is the problem, is that they cannot access that 1 billion population of China as potential customers. So that's why they turn to Europe, because here the regulations for MLMs are a bit lower. Number 1 is nothing else other than NXIVM, which is the MLM that was exposed as a cult. There are numerous documentaries on this. There is also the YouTube series by another anti-MLM creator called Monica. I'm gonna be putting it in my description box. It has like different, I don't know, 6 parts or something, and it's really good. It's about 3 to 4 hours, I think, in total, if I remember correctly. I watched all of it, but I watched it when the parts were coming up, so I don't know how much the total is, but it is like quite a long series, but it explains a lot. I think this company, the most insane part for me is obviously that this was going on for quite a while before people realized what was going on, and I do know that it's hard to get out of a cult. I know there is so much conditioning, and I know that there were mainstream celebrities in this thing, which obviously seeing a mainstream celebrity and stuff like that would have brought confidence and trust to people who wanted to enter it, because if that person is doing it, then it means it's good. They are rich, they could do anything with their lives, right? And that is the principle that they exploited. The founder, Keith Raniere, tried to open this MLM up as a self-development kind of thing, just motivational speeches and stuff, but it was actually a cult, like I said, which exploited women. They sexually assaulted women, some of them underage. They branded women like cattle, basically, with tattoos. But these weren't conventional tattoos made of ink. They were more so burns. So they would put burn marks on their bodies. And obviously it's very disturbing. So yeah, if you have the stomach to like watch something like that, I would recommend Monica's series on YouTube. And also there are documentaries like The Vow. And there is one documentary which is called exactly NXIVM, I think. NXIVM something else. So yeah, look for those if you want to find out more. And honorable mentions for me are the MLM called Pure Romance. This is an adult toys MLM, and I think the idea itself, again, is good. It's good to enforce the fact that women should comfortably express and experience their sexuality. But it's just weird as a concept to make this an MLM, because you have to recruit people, right? So how would you go about recruiting people, talking about their own time with themselves, if that makes sense? Like, it's just so weird. Like, how would you approach somebody to ask them to join this? That was like my biggest question. Founder and chairwoman Patty Brisbane started Pure Romance from the basement of her suburban Ohio home in 1993. Using the latest sexual health education, the best in must-have beauty products, and the hottest bedroom accessories, Patty empowered, educated, and entertained the women at her parties, helping them fulfill their desires while offering them the chance to own their own business and achieve their dreams exactly the way she did. And later on, her son actually joined the company, which I think it's so weird to like get a man involved in this first of all, but also your son. Like, I don't know what life is like in America, but it's just weird for a parent of the opposite sex to explain sexuality and stuff to their kid, in my opinion. And in Eastern Europe, this would be like extremely taboo. So I don't know how this is just like normal. But obviously, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because sex shouldn't be this uncomfortable subject that nobody should talk about. This is not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that it's just weird for me culturally, because I would talk about these things with my mom, but not with my dad. And the other honorable mention is just travel MLMs in general, like any travel MLM. First of all, if you have the possibility to offer discount journeys for people, like discounts for hotels, for flights and stuff, why wouldn't you want to monopolize on that and offer them to everybody? Why wouldn't you tell your customers, send your friends to me because I have discounts for them, instead of recruiting them? Like, this is like one of the things that it doesn't make sense to saturate this certain market, because for other things you can say, yeah, I can buy more clothes from different stores. But for holidays, it's like a discount for a holiday would be something you would permanently need. Like, once you get it once, you'd want it for every single holiday, and you'd go to the same person who you trusted before. So that is like a way that you could, if this weren't an MLM, build your reputation and build a big brand out of it. But they encourage you to hire others. So from this you can just tell that it's rigged. And obviously now during the pandemic, I wasn't gonna mention this one bonus, I only had the one from before. But somebody approached me asking me for travel advice in the pandemic. I think she's trying to pitch me travel MLMs, because I checked her story highlights on Instagram and she's asking me about my holiday that I had before the pandemic, and she's saying she wants to go now. People are fucking dying and you want to go on holiday, and that is your main concern? And like, for real, like, can you at least be sensitive? Because I work in healthcare and I don't understand. I'm self-employed, so I don't work a lot these times. But I don't understand how you can just brag about going on holiday. If you really want to go, go. If it's within the government guidelines, I would say you shouldn't, but if you really want to, do it. But don't brag at people who have been in the front lines working. Because, as I said, I don't really do it as much now because they didn't really request me being self-employed as an interpreter / in translation pretty much for mostly hospitals. But they haven't really like requested me lately. So that's why I'm not working as much. But I did at the start of the pandemic, March, April, May, and then a little bit in like August and September. I was working quite a lot. And I haven't been home in almost 2 years now because of the pandemic. And, you know, I miss home. I miss my family back home. I miss my cat. I miss my friends. And it's depressing. It's depressing that you could just approach me and ask me about how you can so freely travel when I can't go home because I would have to quarantine. And, you know, just a waste of money. It's just upsetting that you would think to network market during this time about travel. And if anything, this shows how unsustainable some of these MLMs are, because during these times, who is thinking about going on holidays with a discount from a network marketer? If anything, this proves that this is not a reliable source of income for you if you have to stall activities for over a year or try to beg people to do it who probably don't want to do it because they want to be responsible and do the right thing. Like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, this is today's video. As I said, I want to address a little bit about what I want to do with my channel. I do still want to continue on doing commentary and stuff like that. I want to maybe branch out into doing more like film and TV shows analysis and stuff if you guys like the idea. I will still do anti-MLM content because I watch it a lot, but I don't feel like I make it enough, and I want to like expand on that. And I don't know what else, like, just let me know if you have any ideas, because I'm open to like exploring other things. I don't know about like vlogs and stuff now because we're not really doing much in England. They're still kind of locked down, so I can't really provide that, but everything else I would be down for experimenting with different types of video. Honestly, 1 year in, finally reaching the requirements for monetization makes me really happy, because I wanted to have a channel for a long time, but I didn't because of 2 reasons. One was that up until July of 2019, I was a student and I was really busy with my university, and I had a job at the same time, a part-time. So I had literally no time to do anything. And, you know, in my time that I was at home, I wanted to like relax because I had barely any. And after that, I worked a lot before the pandemic, so I thought now the pandemic is a really good start. And my other main reason for not wanting to make a channel, although I wanted to, but I hesitated, was because of my accent. to be honest. When I was making my first videos, I noticed that my watch time, like my average watch time, was really bad. And it did make me very insecure because I felt like people are clicking off because I don't sound American or English, like British, because these are like the main two accents that you hear in the English spoken media. And I was sad. I was insecure. I moved here in 2016, and before that I knew English obviously fluently, but I was afraid to speak it. So I was mostly writing in English, but I wasn't comfortable. I was very shy, and I'm glad that I overcame that. And obviously that is partially thanks to you guys. I've got some nice comments saying that they like my accent, which usually when I get them here in England face to face, they're from guys who are being weird about it because I'm foreign and they like objectify foreign women, and I don't like it. But hearing this from people online who have no hidden agendas, it's really lovely and it makes me feel good. And once again, I want to thank you guys. I will be making a few more videos now and then taking maybe like a week off to just like script some videos so I can come back with more ideas. I want to get back into doing long form content, but I don't know if that is what you guys want. So let me know if you prefer the videos that I've made in this past few days, which were like shorter, like 10 minute, 15 minute, or if you like the 1 hour ones that I've made a while ago. Those ones obviously take a lot more time, but I would rather do a 1 hour one than 4 15 minutes ones if that is what you guys want to see. So just let me know. And once again, thank you very much for this. I will continue to try my best and hopefully not disappoint anybody. And like this video if you like, subscribe to my channel for more content. Comment down below with anything that I've said, like ideas or what kind of videos I should make in terms of length, subjects, whatever. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Ever since the day that you